overseas basketball as a whole, everyone still is fixated or still wants to focus on Europe. A lot of players, they say, I want to go into Europe no matter what. It doesn't matter because of the lifestyle, because of there's where the best basketball is. But now we're seeing other parts of the world like the Middle East or Latin America or even Africa with the BAL. They're able to show that they have good basketball too. They have good players, they have good wages, and players are coming and going safely. There's not a lot of security concerns or security stories that you hear. So I'm just wondering, on your perspective of that whole thing, have you seen the mindset shift a bit towards Middle Eastern basketball?
I have, and I've seen a lot of guys contact me who spoke to a lot of players who played in the Middle East, like, Coach, we didn't know. We talked to so-and-so about just the lifestyle and just, the basketball. Because, I mean, I tell players all the time, one, that, the salaries are great here. It's a great place to live. It's less strenuous on your body. I mean, you're not practicing 3 or 4 times a day. You might play 1 or 2 games a week, so you can stretch your career out here for a long, long time. All long as you have to do is win and score you 25 plus a game. And this market is, if they know you, and if they feel that you can integrate into the culture, you do well with the locals, you can be recycled to all of the GCC, Qatar, Oman, Saudi Arabia, UAE. So a lot of guys I've known that were here for a long time, they played in Bahrain, they mix and match in different countries because they have now built a reputation in the basketball world in the GCC or in the Middle East that they can play well, and then they can fit into the culture and fit in with the locals. And that's kind of what happened with me. This is my 4th club in the Middle East. Left and came back. I was 3 clubs, and then I went to Japan, went to Mexico, came back home, and now I'm back here because I built a reputation where I can coach the locals. I'm cool with the culture, so I won. So they recycle, so guys are now really figuring out, hey, I don't need Europe, especially with the money they're paying in the Middle East.
Yeah, a lot of it is, I guess, prioritization too, because some guys, like I've had this conversation before with some guys, like there will be an offer that is maybe 3 times more than what they're currently making, but they'll say, no, I want to go where the best basketball is. I want to go play in Spain, 2nd division. So they want to play in Spain Gold, but they're only making 1,500 euros or something like that. Versus they had some other offer in Latin America or the Middle East, and it was going for 6,000-7,000. But they say, I don't actually like the style of basketball. I want to play the best basketball possible. I want to try and get in the 1st division of Europe. So there's not really a right or wrong answer, what I'm trying to get at, but it's just, I guess, what you prioritize as a player, because the other thing you obviously have to consider is that for me personally, I viewed it more as like a business venture than anything. So I viewed it as I wanted to make money while I was playing. And whatever I could do to make that, that's what I wanted to do. So there was a time in my career when, very similar to a lot of players, I would be trying to get to Europe. And the contracts would be like 400 euros, 300 euros to start, because it's a completely new market, right? If I'm playing all my basketball in Latin America and I'm building my name there, and then I want to cross over to Europe, unless I'm in the top leagues of Latin America, then it's not necessarily going to cross over to Europe. So that's another thing that players have to consider is, if you spend a lot of time in another market and then one day you say, oh, I want to cross over to the Middle East, it doesn't necessarily work like that, in my opinion, unless you're in the top leagues of Europe. Then you can probably cross over to anywhere. But just because you're in like the 3rd or 4th division in Europe, that doesn't mean that, oh, because European basketball is better, quote unquote, that they're going to get you as an import in Oman or Qatar or Saudi Arabia, because it's completely different styles. At least that's what I think. What do you think, Coach?
I totally agree. It's definitely different style. Usually a lot of guys who come to the Middle East have, as they would say, big resumes. They've had some G League experience, whatever. That's what they look for here. They look for guys with big resumes. So you playing in third or fourth division in Europe is not going to get it here. You're not going to just, they're not going to take it seriously. Yeah, having that European dream, I understand it, but there's a lot of other markets that you can go play that you can have a long, great career and enjoy basketball.